వీళ్ళకి వాళ్ళని ఎక్కడ పెడదాం. ఇక్కడ
దారిలో ఉన్నాడు scientist, Isaac and teams here, the doctorates. She needs more introduction. Dr. Swami, B.Tech coordinator.
కూర్చుంటారా కొంచెం అందరూ కూర్చుంటారు
అదే స్కీమింగ్ నడుస్తుందా లోపల
అయిపోయింది కొంచెం 1 సెకండ్ అటెండ్ ఉంటుంది
వస్తుందా లైవ్ నడుస్తుందా
ఒకసారి షూట్ చేయకపోతే ఇంటికి వచ్చేస్తాం అంత బ్యాగ్ కనబడుతుంది షూట్ కానప్పుడు వచ్చుకుంటా వెయిట్ చేసుకోవాలి
ఇదంతా వస్తుందా ఇదంతా వస్తుందా
రాలే
అన్ని డబ్బులు ఖర్చు పెట్టిందో ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ ఎట్లా వచ్చినాయి సేమ్ సేమ్
అవును కొంచెం బాగా
సక్సెస్ అయితే నియమమైన డబ్బు
అంటే కట్టడా ఊరికనే కట్టినా
మీ దగ్గర నుంచి అట్లా బాగుంది ఇప్పుడు చూడ ఎంత మంచిగా వచ్చింది
అవును
సార్ నమస్కారం సార్
కెమెరా పాజిటివ్
అదే అక్కడ ఆయన పని చేస్తుంది ఆయన నేను చూసుకొని ఆడ చేస్తున్నాను
అమ్మా లైవ్ చూడు పెడుతున్నా సరే అమ్మా రేడు అమ్మా రేడు సరే ఫోన్ సరే ఫోన్ చేస్తా త్వరగా వచ్చి సార్ ఓకే అది రోజు ఇంటికి పోవాలి అంతే. ఏ వాళ్ళైనా ఉండాలా సార్, ఒక అందులో మనమే అడ్డు వెళ్తాం. వాళ్ళకు లేరు మోర్ టెన్షన్ వాళ్ళకి. ఆయన ఐటీ ఇలా రికార్డ్ మొదలు రెడీ చేసినాం ఇది
సార్ వస్తుంది.
వెళ్తా సార్.
By planting this sapling, we not only honor the legacy of Professor C.R. Rao, but also sow the seeds of future knowledge and discovery. Just as the sapling will grow and thrive, so to will the wisdom and contribution of great minds will continue to inspire generations to come. Good morning, distinguished guests, delegates, colleagues, students and friends. We have gathered here to commemorate the 104th birth anniversary of an extraordinary scholar, Professor C.R. Rao, FRS. Professor Rao's contributions to the field of statistics have not only shaped academic thought, but have also had a lasting impact on various fields of science and technology. To commence this special occasion, we will begin by planting a sapling symbolizing growth, knowledge, and flourishing. Professor Rao embodied throughout his life. I request all the dignitaries to move forward and plant a sapling. This sapling represents the new generation that will grow under the shade of his profound legacy. As we plant this sapling, let us reflect on the importance of nurturing the environment and the significance of intellectual growth, values that Professor Rao cherished deeply.
ముందు రమ్మని జరగవాలి అర్థంగా ఉంటుంది Whose contributions have left an indelible mark on the global scientific community. We are deeply honored in our midst today Sri Venkaiah Naidu, former Vice President of India, who has graciously agreed to be a part of our significant occasion. We now proceed to the highlights of today's event, the unveiling of the birth of Professor C.R. This birth
చెప్పకండి సార్ అక్కడ చెప్పండి సార్
మేడం మీరు ఇటు వచ్చారు కొద్దిగా ఇటు కొద్దిగా వెనక్కి వచ్చావు అక్కర్లేదు జస్ట్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ ఇటు వచ్చారు Stand in one horizontal line.
Yes.
Yes, sir. The statue. Yes, sir. Our seats are there.
We are surprised.
Auditorium.
ఆడికి వెళ్ళిపోమంటాడు కదా ఆడిటోరియం స్టేట్ తీసుకున్నాం కదా
తీసుకున్న తర్వాత
ఇది ఎక్కువ తక్కువ పెట్టాలా ఎంత పెట్టాలా అదే 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 ఎక్కువ
సార్
సార్ సైడ్ సార్ కొంచెం సైడ్
కృష్ణ మీరు వచ్చిన హెవీ సార్
విషయం మేడం
అవును సార్ అప్పుడు నెంబర్ ఇస్తాను అవును సార్
ఆడిటర్ సూపర్
ఇప్పుడు కాదు సార్ ఒక 1 అవర్ ల్యాప్టాప్లో వెళ్ళాక ఉంది సార్
ఆడిటర్
రెండు తీసినారు ఏదో వస్తుంది
సార్ అయిపోయింది ఆ పేరు వాళ్ళు నేను అయిపోయిందా వస్తుంది సార్ వస్తుంది
I request our Chief Guest, Srimati Venkaiah Naidu Garu, former Vice President of India, Chief Guest of today's occasion, onto the dais. I request our Director, Dr. Sharma Venkatraman, to welcome him with a bouquet. I request our Director to welcome Professor Vibhushan, our Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad, with a bouquet. I request Professor D. Balasubramanian, Director of Research at the Professor Brian Holden Eye Research Center of L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, guest of honor of today's occasion, onto the dais. I request our Director to welcome him with a bouquet. I request Srimati Radhakrishna Garu, Managing Director, Margadarshi Chitfund Private Limited, guest of honor of today's occasion, onto the dais. I request Dr. Padma to welcome her with a bouquet. I request Professor M.R. Rao, former Dean, Indian School of Business, guest of honor of today's occasion, onto the dais.
given the floor to be on the dais. I request everyone to rise for the national anthem. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to proceed for the lamp lighting ceremony. I request Ms. Vaishnavi to render the invocation song. Today it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all the dignitaries, my colleagues, students and all the winners of the Statistic Olympiad, their parents, for the 104th birth anniversary celebrations of Professor C.R. Rao. We gather today to celebrate the ultimate achievements of Professor C.R. Rao, a luminary whose profound impact on the field of statistics has shaped both theory and application. His groundbreaking work in estimation theory, including the Christian multiplier test, to his contributions in multivariate analysis, combinatorics and matrix algebra, Professor Rao's insights have revolutionized how we approach data and uncertainty. Professor Rao's his introduction of concepts such as quadratic entropy and orthogonal arrays has furthered our understanding and application of statistical methods. His work, done with remarkable depth and precision, continues to influence scientific inquiry and statistical practice worldwide. As we delve into his remarkable career, let us reflect on the legacy of a true pioneer whose intellect and innovation have left an indelible mark on the world of statistics. Now I invite Dr. Sharma Venkatraman, Director C.R. Rao MICS, to deliver his welcome address.
Vice President of India, Guest of Honor, Professor B.J. Rao Garu, Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad, Professor D. Balasubramanian Garu, Director of Research, Henry Prasad Institute, and Professor M.R. Rao Garu, former Dean ISB, Srimati Shailaja Kiran Garu, Managing Director, Madras Street Funds Private Limited, other dignitaries, esteemed guests, family members, colleagues, and students. A very good morning to all of you. It is my honor and privilege to stand before you on this very special occasion as we celebrate the 104th anniversary of a visionary, a pioneer, and one of the greatest minds of statistics contribution on the remark, indeed the very way we analyze data and understand our world. Professor Rao's contribution have not only shaped the field of statistics, but also left an enduring mark on multiple disciplines ranging from genetics to economics and machine learning. Among his many groundbreaking works, Professor Kramer Rao found under his own monumental achievements to his generations of statisticians and mathematicians. He mentioned and inspired throughout the illustrious career. His pioneer research has garnered him global recognition, including the prestigious National Medal of Science. He is not just his genius, but his lifelong dedication to advancing human knowledge and applying his work for the benefit of society. Today we celebrate his legacy, his life and legacy. We are also here to reflect on the mission of Professor C.R. Rao and C.R. Rao's Advanced Institute of Mathematics, Statistics and Computer Science, an institute started by him to foster research and development in India, and it continued to be inspired by his vision. We push the boundaries of science, inquiry and innovation. We are proud of cutting-edge research happening here, particularly in the area of cryptography, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and computational statistics. The AIMSCS shortly is committed to contributing to both theoretical advancements and also practical implementations of societal problems. We conduct graduate and undergraduate programs in computer science, engineering, data science, A&ML, and computer science and applied mathematics. Through partnerships with various academic and research institutions, we continue to work towards realizing Professor Rao's vision of promoting. Our goal is to build upon the foundation laid future generations in mathematics, statistics and computer science who will take the challenges of tomorrow. Today is also particularly special because we have just unveiled the bust of Professor C.R. Rao, a symbol of enduring impact of his work and his last presence in the institute. The bust will stand as a reminder to all who pass through these halls, a reminder of the brilliance, dedication and humility that characterized Professor C.R. Rao's life and career. As we unveil the bust, let us also pay tribute to a life well lived, and also commit ourselves to upholding the ideals and values he represented. Let it inspire to us continue exploring, learning and contributing to the world through knowledge and innovation. On behalf of C.R. Rao's Advanced Institute of Mathematics, Statistics and Computer Science, I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. K.V. Pradeepti to introduce our chief guest, Shri Muppavarapu Venkaya Naidu Garu, to the audience.
Good morning all. It's my pleasure to introduce our chief guest for today's function, Shri Muppavarapu Venkaya Naidu Garu. He pursued his bachelor's degree in politics and diplomatic studies from VR College, Nellore. Later, he acquired a bachelor's degree in law with specialization in international law from Andhra University College of Law, Visakhapatnam. He was initiated into mainstream politics very early in his student days. He championed the cause of farmers and development of the backward areas all through his political career. His illustrious career as the people's representative started first as a two-time MLA from Udayagiri in Nellore district and Rajya Sabha member in 2004 and 2010. He was always having the motto of selfless service with nation first and last. He served as the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation, Urban Development and Information and Broadcasting Minister in the Cabinet of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. During his tenure, he has launched several schemes and reforms for the development of the rural people. He actively ushered the 100 Smart Cities project and many more schemes under the Urban Development Ministry. He demonstrated the highest degree of integrity and honesty in dealing with national affairs and served the cause of the nation with devotion and commitment. He was elected as the 13th Vice President of India on 11th August 2017. He dealt with diverse political interests with fairness and maintained the decorum of the Rajya Sabha. His Swarna Bharati Trust, founded by him, is a manifest of his concern for the poor while imparting self-employment training to the youth of the country. He's an avid reader and regularly writes articles on public interests. Please join me in welcoming Sir for his speech.
అందరికీ నమస్కారాలు. ప్రొఫెసర్ విజయరావు గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ బాలసుబ్రహ్మణ్యం గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ ఎంఆర్ రావు గారు, శ్రీమతి శైలజా కిరణ్, శ్రీ డాక్టర్ ఎస్ వెంకటరామన్ గారు and other dignitaries who have all come here today for this important occasion. Friends, I really feel proud, pleased to be here, amidst all of you here today as we gather to honor and as we reflect on his legacy. It becomes clear to us that his impact on narrow boundaries of textbooks and research papers. Professor Rao Garu's long and illustrious career as a statistician was characterized not only by the depth and academic vigor, but also by its clarity and extraordinary sweep. Number of experts are here from different fields. You are the better judges of this widely held belief that Professor Rao Garu had a rare gift for making that actionable insights was a remarkable and left a lasting impact on other disciplines as well. Professor Rao Garu obtained his PhD from Cambridge University in 1948 and DSc degree from Cambridge in 1965. He was conferred with Padma Vibhushan in 2001 and has earlier been recipients of Padma Bhushan in 1968. He received several awards and medals, and in his 102nd year he received the 2023 International Statistical Prize, which is considered to be equivalent to the Nobel Prize. Friends and elders, I have recounted the facts about Professor Rao Garu that all of you are familiar. Many of you are here are towering figures in the field of statistics yourselves. As we honor Professor Rao Garu's memory today, let us strive to follow his footsteps in terms of his dedication, his simplicity, and his unwavering commitment to advancing knowledge. Statistics is often hailed as the mother of all disciplines, a description which testifies to its foundational role and transformative impact across various fields of study. At its core, statistics, as all of you are aware, is concerned with the collection, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data. Its ability to extract meaningful insights from raw data makers. It's a discipline of unparalleled precision and accuracy, crucial for understanding and decision making in nearly all areas of human inquiry. In mathematics, statistics provides essential tools for inference and probability theory. For example, the discipline's techniques underpin various mathematical concepts and contribute to solving real-world problems with a rigorous approach. Economics, on the other hand, relies heavily on statistics to model economic trends, evaluate policies, and forecast market behaviors. By analyzing economic data, statisticians help economists understand fluctuations behind key factors such as employment, inflation, and growth, thus guiding crucial decisions at both micro and macroeconomics levels. My dear readers and young friends, in the physical sciences, for instance, including physics and chemistry, statistics is indispensable for experimental design and data analysis. Physicists use statistical methods to interpret experimental results, validate theoretical models, and assess the reliability of their finding. Similarly, chemistry, statistics, as well as biotechnology and microbiology. Statisticians play a critical role in designing experiments, analyzing technical from complex generic research, and understanding microbial behaviors, ultimately improving health outcomes and technological innovation. I hardly need to tell you that the contribution of statisticians to these diverse fields is exceptional. Their expertise ensures that data-driven decisions are based on robust and reliable analysis, thereby enhancing the accuracy and credibility of scientific research. Statisticians are involved in developing methodologies, validating results, and providing critical insights that advance knowledge and drive the progress. In the academic realm, statistics is a highly respected branch, often considered essential for a broad range of disciplines. Its rigorous approach and emphasis on precision have earned it a place of prominence in educational curricula and research methodologies. The discipline's ability to adapt and evolve with the technological advancements and increasing data complexity underscores its fundamental importance and enduring relevance. Therefore, overall, the discipline of statistics is not only a cornerstone of scientific inquiry, but also a bridge connecting various fields through its powerful analytical capabilities. Its role in shaping our understanding of the world and informing critical decisions makes it a truly exceptional and indispensable field of study. In a world driven by data, the skills and expertise of statisticians become important asset for effective, responsive, and citizen-centric government. My dear friends, it is also fitting to reflect on the pivotal role that universities play in the advancement of knowledge and enrichment of society. In an era characterized by rapid change and complex global challenges, our institutions of higher learning must not only embrace their traditional role as centers of education, but also evolve into dynamic hubs of advanced research and interdisciplinary collaboration. This is very, very important for the universities. Today, as you know, universities are uniquely positioned to lead the way in this new age of interconnectedness by fostering an environment where diverse fields of study converge. We create opportunities for groundbreaking discoveries and innovative solutions that single discipline alone might not achieve. The interconnected nature of contemporary challenges, from climate change and health crisis to technological advancements and social inequalities, demands that we break down these soils between disciplines and encourage collaborative approaches. In being open-minded to the idea that advanced research thrives at the intersection of disciplines, we would be paying the highest tribute to Professor Rao and to the discipline of statistics. My dear youngsters, why do we celebrate birthdays? Or why we erect statues? This is not a felicitation. This is a felicitation. In fact, this felicitation is for giving proper understanding for the new generation, for the generations to come. People should know, should read their life, their findings, and their wisdom and knowledge which they have given to society, and then try to enhance your own knowledge and wisdom. This is what is required. That's why we have these programs of Jayantis, birthdays, or centenaries, and also we create these statues also. It's not only to see a figure, a personality. In the personality, the background lies the knowledge, the contribution they have made to the society. World is moving faster. India also is moving faster. Once upon a time, India was known as Vishwaguru. But unfortunately, because of the invasion by Britishers, they have looted, they have cheated, they have robbed not only our wealth, they have robbed the minds of some of our people also, resulting in forgetting our culture, our heritage, our contribution by great people. What we need today is, we must go back to the roots, know the contributions made by various great personalities, remember them, and then pass on the same to our younger generation. India is moving faster, undoubtedly, but as we have a vast population and we have connected challenges, we must move much more faster in every field. Keeping that in mind, I would urge upon all the youngsters who are involved in study or in technology that innovations are the need of the hour. These innovations should be based on the ancient knowledge, so that the innovation is connected with the ground reality, with the grassroots, and so that it's useful for the cause of the humanity. India always used to give knowledge. Our culture, our heritage says we must share and care. Share the wealth, share the knowledge, take care of the downtrodden, take care of the less fortunate people, and do see it that they are also provided equal opportunities. That is the philosophy of India. So this knowledge, knowledge has to be spread, has to be passed on not only to India, to our people, but also to the world, so that the humanity, Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, Vasudhaika Kutumbakam, we always used to think the entire universe is one family. That is the greatness of our philosophy. So we always make study for the mankind. Keeping that in mind, the youngsters who are all joining these courses are the researchers who are involved in further finding the hidden truths of the historical researches that have been made earlier by our great people, and see to it that is passed on to the new generation. That is, and this should be taken as a mission for the nation. Rao Garu took it as a mission. Up to the last breath, he was thinking, he was coming out with new ideologies, new ideas. But because he took it as a mission. So younger generation also is saying that education and health are considered as a mission. Politics also, of course. Now politics have undergone a change. More than mission, it has become commission. Doing omissions or giving remissions. The passion for the nation has taken a backseat. That's why we find a lot of challenges, lot of negative things that are happening, and the negative news we read. So I call upon the people, when I address the gathering here, it's not for you, it's for the entire country, for the people. I call upon all the people to take this as a mission. Their respective fields, whatever it is, they may be researchers, they may be students, they may be teachers, they may be people in different walks of life. Everybody should take the challenge before them and then consider it as a mission. And for that, one must have the passion. Because of his passion for knowledge, he gave so much knowledge and wisdom to all of us. And the nation should always remember such a great person and salute his memory, so that the memory is carried to the younger generation. That is what is required. My advice to the youngsters is, please go through his life, go through his findings, understand them properly, and then try to transmit to the rest of the people. That is my simple advice, and that is my real tribute to this great son of this great country. Professor Rao Garu is the great son or greatest son of this great country. And we must always celebrate the life of such people. I am thankful for inviting me to this prestigious function, particularly unveiling of the birth of Dr. Rao Garu, and also providing me an occasion to address the gathering today. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
I request Dr. Appalnagar to help. Request Dr. Yugandhar to join the felicitation.
Now I request Professor Vijay Rao Garu, Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad, to deliver his address.
Shriman Venkaya Garuji, Director of this institute, Rao Garu, Professor D. Balasubramanian Garu, and all other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. This is a very auspicious day for us. And University of Hyderabad paid our homage, is paying our homage to Professor C.R. Rao Garu by this beautiful institute, C.R. Rao Advanced Institute for Mathematics, Statistics and Computer Science. Professor C.R. Rao Garu was a rare jewel in the crown of India. His all-encompassing science of statistics really contributed at width as well as at depth in multiple facets of statistics for the global science. We are living in a data world, and C.R. Rao comes first when we look at data. He was the most towering personality who devised very interesting tools to look at data, small set of data, large set of data, and he looked at the limits of the data processing. The Rao Kramer actually sets up the limits. C.R. Rao, for me, was a geneticist. He was the first one to measure genetic distances by linkage analysis under Fisher's guidance. So he was a multifaceted, real jewel in the system. And to me, his life was not only inspirational, but also very educative in terms of looking at how he happened. How did C.R. Rao happen? When you look at that happening, you realize that three important dots came together. One, Professor Ramaswamy Garu in Andhra University, who actually triggered the flame of statistics in C.R. Rao Garu when he was young. And then C.R. Rao Garu landed up in Kolkata looking for a job, and there Indian Institute of Statistics was present in that ecosystem. He didn't know about it. He happened to land up there, and in that institute there was Mahalanobis. So these dots came together, and when these dots came together, you got C.R. Rao. It is important for us now in this dynamic, rapidly evolving world that we preserve this ecosystem of important dots. Professor Ramaswamy Garu, Professor Mahalanobis Garu, and Indian Institute of Statistics. These important dots have to be preserved in our system. And then C.R. Rao's happen. One more challenge now is when C.R. Rao's happen, we should be able to identify C.R. Rao's and nurture them. There are many things that C.R. Rao has done in his area. I don't want to belabor describing the details of it. But to me, as a student, when I was learning about him, he came to me as a researcher, a scientist in the area, in the sciences of statistics. For him, it was not just the numbers. It was how the numbers give rise to insights about the system as a whole. He was looking at a system through numbers, and he distilled systemic facts by his statistical tools. And these kind of analysis have now impacted extremely large number of areas of science and society. So when we see the bust of C.R. Rao Garu in this campus every day, we will obviously get inspired by him, and we will get ignited by the power of his strength and do the best that we could in the area that we are working. His idea is to push statistics to its limits, and our homage to him would be to push ourselves to the limits of our performance in this university and beyond, and actually make CR Raos happen more frequently. Country needs more CR Raos in its current facet. So my homage to him, and also my homage to his family members who have physically come here. This is my homage to their physical presence in this beautiful institute, in this beautiful hall where we see the spirit of CR Rao lingering around. It is for us to see and feel it. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Professor B. Balasubramanian, Director of Research at the Professor Brian Holden Eye Research Center of L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, to deliver his address.
Dear all, we just heard a translational aspect of Professor C.R. Rao's research from our chief guest as well as from the Vice Chancellor of University of Hyderabad. I am using the word translation because translation is one where you not just one language to another language, but from one idea into applications of that idea. And this is what Professor C.R. Rao initiated. Translation would also mean the plenty of data. And from that data, how do you unify and get an idea of what all has to be done from there? For example, this country has millions and millions of people. And we just recently had the general elections. Now, we have large amount of numbers, and how do you handle who's what, who's where, is he eligible or is she eligible, and so on. These are the kind of areas of translation that Professor C.R. Rao and as also the Vice Chancellor pointed out, also analyzed the situation, and our chief guest gave an inspirational lecture to all of us. As you said, I grew up as a physical chemist, but my interest at that time was to look at the genes involved in areas of blindness, cataract, retina, so on. And so when I was in CCMB, I already started working on the physical chemistry of blindness, and then moved on into an institution where the amount of data is available, number of patients who come, and translate them. And translational again here would mean that collect the numbers, analyze what those numbers mean, and can you then use this data in order to help people who are otherwise blind and or at least are affected by vision defects and so on. And across India, we just found out, well, even across this state alone, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and the bordering states of Karnataka, the number of people who are involved in vision despair and so on runs into millions. And what can we do about this? This is the kind of translation that one is involved in. Without Professor C.R. Rao's analysis of this, collecting data, analyzing the data, and try and find out what all we can do in order to get information about that. And
further point I wanted to make was, I had the pleasure and the honor of meeting Professor C.R. Rao several years ago when they started this institute. And I am grateful to the University of Hyderabad for having accommodated him, given him this wonderful institute that is not only comparable in its facilities and its activity to any other parts of the University of Hyderabad, but also to notice also our chief guest before even unveiling he first went over to plant a plant. Plants are always green. And the first thing he did was to put on that green thing. And again we are grateful to the University of Hyderabad because when I joined here in 1977 as a professor, Professor Gurbakh Singh, who was the first Vice Chancellor, made it his vision that this 2,000 acre plot will be full of green. And I think it's a tribute also to Professor Gurbakh Singh that he initiated this. What is green? Green is one that produces products that also makes you feel very good because its flowers are nice and it operates the temperature into a needful degree and so on. And this is how I think translation through green plants so on becomes important. Now, one or two complaints to make with respect to the C.R. Rao Institute, as Sugandhar knows very, very well. I'm on the board, and so are people from the Government of India, secretaries of Science and Technology, Biotechnology, Statistics, and so on. In addition, we now have something called the Niti Aayog. Used to be the Planning Commission, now it is called Niti Aayog. And notice the word Niti. I think it's important. So we have gone ahead trying to look for grants from all these agencies and so on. And all they do is, yes, we will try and so on. It doesn't happen so far. I think that's very important that we keep on pushing it and so on. Professor D.K. Saraswat, who is now a member, who was here earlier also in Hyderabad, and now is both in Hyderabad and elsewhere, and also Vice President of the Niti Aayog, has promised he will try and do that. So Yugandhar and I and Venkatraman also will keep on pushing this idea and get actual grants and so on. You will also notice that in the last few days, the Telangana government is pushing on artificial intelligence. Again, AI is something almost everybody with a telephone these days has AI into it. And that's important. And what does AI do? It gives you information, analyzes the information, and gives you what you need, and you pick up what you need from there. It could be a WhatsApp, it could be a FaceTime, whatever you want. And you're able to do it not within Telangana alone, not within India alone, across the world. And I think these are areas where C.R. Rao initiatives have borne fruit. And I think it's important. Therefore, on behalf of the C.R. Rao Institute's governing council, that we keep pushing for getting grants and so on. This is the complaint I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Srimati Shailaja Kirangaru, Managing Director, Margadasi Chit Fund Private Limited, to address the gathering on this occasion.
Namaste, Honorable Vice Chairman, former Vice Chairman, always he remains as Vice Chairman for all of us Telugus, right? Mokvarpu Venkaya Naidu Garu, Vice President, Vice President. I think I'm a little jittered seeing Vice President, former Vice President here and all the Vice Chancellors. So I'm so thankful to the Institute for having me here today. Calyampudi Radhakrishna Garu is a pride for our nation and also for all the Telugu people. He was the founder of Indian Econometric Society and Indian Society for Medical Statistics. Along with the doyen of Indian statistics, B.C. Mahalanobis, who was already mentioned about, C.R. Rao Garu was instrumental in setting up state statistical bureaus in India across the country. These bureaus collect data from the districts, and this data, when analyzed, interpreted, and predicted, helps the growth and prosperity of common man, and also helps in disaster management, may it be situations like Hudhud or any earthquakes or the floods that we are having right now, the both states are facing right now. I'm very fortunate to say that I could meet C.R. Rao Garu and his wife. They had come down to our house to have dinner with us, with late Sri Ramaju Rao Garu. One thing that I can remember is such simpleness and humbleness of this great personality. He never dropped a name all through the dinner that we sat through, never spoke anything big about himself, while we see small people talk big things. So I think this is something that we have to learn. He was an author of 14 books and 350 research papers. As we all know that statistics helps people in making informed decisions, may it be to plan budgets, travel, best prices. It actually helps to study relationships between different characteristics, phenomena and variables of the aggregate people. It is the set of equations that allow us to solve complex problems. Sir Ronald Dimer Fisher, known as the father of the modern science of statistics, we have to remember him today as we are remembering the father of Indian statistics. Statistics is helpful in improving the reasoning skills that are necessary to calculate uncertainty. Makes our life simple with findings, and it enables us to come to conclusions. May it be quality assurance, prediction of disease, insurance premiums, supply chain management, business statistics. Several tools are used to build on the basis of the mean, median, and mode, the bell curves and the bar graphs, which make the probabilities. I'd like to say we are really enriched to have this university in Hyderabad, and with the governments of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh aiming at $2 trillion or $2 trillion dollar economies in these states, I think this institution, the students of this institutions should take the opportunity, and also the government should use this institution to enable that. And also this institution should help India become the most developed nation in the world with a $50 trillion target by probably 2050. Thank you so much for giving me this great opportunity. Just one last thing, I'd definitely like to work with the Institute and help the brilliant students in whichever way to realize their dreams. From the Ramoji Group.
Thank you very much. Now I request Professor M. Rao, former Dean, Indian School of Business, to deliver his address.
Honorable Sri Venkaya Naidu Garu, former Vice President of India, distinguished dignitaries on the dais as well as off the dais, faculty, students, staff, and distinguished invitees, staff of C.R. Rao Institute of Advanced Mathematics, Statistics, and Computer Science, I guess, AIMSCS. It's really a privilege to be here and talk about my interaction or the limited interaction with Dr. C.R. Rao. But I must first of all say that Uganda believes in the economics that there's no such thing as free lunch. He said if you're going to come here and just enjoy, you must talk also. You must do some work. You see. So that's the first thing. But having said that, you know, some of it I have said this a little while ago here when we had a few days back. But my first, you know, when I studied, we didn't have statistics at all. I just heard of C.R. Rao and he was well known and so on, but we didn't really know what his contributions and so on were. And I went to United States, Cornell University as a student. After my engineering, I went into industrial engineering operations research. And I was standing in a queue in the cafeteria, and in front of me was another American gentleman. So he turned around, he introduced himself. Some of them are quite friendly. I didn't know him at all. He introduced himself. I introduced myself. I said, M.R. Rao. Oh, you're related to C.R. Rao, is it? He said. So I'm not related to C.R. Rao. They think all Raos are related and so on. So, I said I'm not related, but it is not actually true. I'll come to that later. But he also introduced me to the graph theory. He said, I thought in India everybody is related to everybody else with at most a distance of 5. I said, what do you mean? He said, think of each person in India and the point, connect the 2 points if they are related. So first of all, he says it's a connected graph, connected thing. Everybody is related to everybody else. And then you look at the distance between 2 people. So distance is, each connection is 1, right? So he said the shortest distance between 2 people is the distance between 2 people. And he said the diameter of this is the longest of the shortest distances. That means 2 people are related by no more than 5 or 6 relationships. I said, I don't know if it is true, but I don't know if I'm related to Dr. C.R. Rao in any way, but anyway. But now I meet him, I'll say, yes, you're right. My distance is only 2 or 3. But at that time I didn't know that. Anyway, I did not meet C.R. I heard about him. We used to meet him in some, conferences occasionally and very brief interactions. But I met him for a long time, for the first time in 2004 when I came to ISB here. This was about 20 years ago. And he was very, my initial reaction was, I thought he'll be such a famous person and so on, you're meeting him. But he's very calm, quiet, and very unassuming and very jovial. That's the part I like to, very jovial, always cracking some jokes or talking about, some real world problems, how you can estimate and so on. So in fact, he used to say, I had a lot of interaction with him because I was also on the board of this institute when it was set up and so on. So I used to have a lot of interaction. We always used to talk about practical problems, how statistics or how knowledge can help and so on. So I was thinking that, Uganda had a problem, I was saying, I don't know what, whether this bus that we are going to get, or whether it will resemble C.R. Rao or not and so on. So I wanted to say, don't get worried. If C.R. Rao was here, he would have said, he would have told you how to estimate the probability that the bus will resemble him. And also he would have told you how to improve the probability also. But anyway, I think exposed probably resembles them very well. And I think it's a good initiative and a good thing that the institute is doing. I just want to say that, as I said, I did not realize that I am related to C.R. Rao. The distance is only 2 or 3, but now that the best part of C.R. Rao I like was his humility, his humor. Actually, everything he would crack jokes, and during the last 20 years, I think he must have cracked at least several hundreds of jokes. So I remember all those, some of them at least. So I want to thank Devendra and the Institute, C.R. Rao Institute, for asking me to talk about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request well-wishers or family members of C.R. Rao to share their thoughts.
Archana, and I'm the grandniece of C.R. My grandfather was his brother, but he was always very close to me, and he shared several. I've had very interesting conversations with him. So I want to share 2 anecdotes which he shared with me, which is very close to my heart. You know, Dr. C.R. Ramatata started his career in Indian Statistical Institute, and he loved doing research there, and he said he was very passionate about it. But it was very hard to run a family with the salary that the institute gave, the research institute gave him. So while he was in the institute, he was offered another job as a professor of another university, which paid much higher. But he was very reluctant to leave a job which he was very passionate about, this research work. And he discussed with my grandmother, Bhargavi auntie, and she said, you don't worry, you continue doing what you love, and I will work, and I will support the family. So she took up a job as a teacher, school teacher, to augment the family income, and that's how he was able to continue his research. So it always reminds me, they say, behind every successful man there is a woman. So this is an example of such a woman who stood by her husband. Then I remember the story he shared about, when during the Bangladesh, Pakistan partition, there was a crisis and there were a lot of refugees. And there were huge refugee camps in Calcutta. And these refugee camps were supported by funds by Government of India. So what was happening is people were suspecting that some theft was happening, the provisions were being stolen. But the refugee camps were very, it was a very difficult place to go. It was like a lot of, it was not a safe place for people to go and do any checks. So they asked statisticians to come up with a solution to actually find out if there was any pilferage, if these provisions were being stolen. So he said how he and a group of statisticians worked out a method at arriving at finding out. They acted as a detective to determine if provisions were actually being stolen. And they employed a very simple method. If you use rice, dal and salt, there has to be a proportion to how much salt you use for cooking dal and rice, isn't it? So if there is a certain amount of dal consumed, certain amount of salt has to be consumed. And because salt is very cheap, nobody was stealing salt. Whatever stealing was happening was for the dal and rice. So based on the amount of consumption, they could arrive at the exact amount of provisions that were being stolen from the camp. So this is also an interesting anecdote that he shared with me. So I wanted to share these 2 stories with you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrate a titan of statistics, Dr. C.R. Rao, on his 104th birthday anniversary. A pioneer, a legend, and inspiration to generation of statisticians and researchers worldwide. He never forgot his roots, proud enough to include his native place in his name. If you Google Calyampudi, you'll show all the achievements of Dr. C.R. Rao. In a 2003 interview, Dr. Rao credited his beloved mother, Lakshmi Kantama Garu, for instilling discipline in him, and his father, C.D. Naidu Garu, for his scholastic achievements. As we celebrate his life and work, we honor his commitment to advancing human knowledge and his tireless efforts to make the world a better place through statistics. Thank you.
Andarki Namaskar. See, I've seen C.R. Rao in a couple of seminars, but as far as I worked in ISRO, especially Sri Hariputra, 1976 to 2018. I worked on computers. My first computer work was at Agra University, where IBM 1130 was installed. I went to the library and tried to see in 1974 any book on computer on the university. I don't see any. But I saw a book written by C.R. Rao, Computer and its Impact on Human Society. So he has written a book in 1969 about the impact of computer and human society. Later when I joined in ISRO, I would like to see some of the statistics books. The first book I have seen was written in 1989 by him, The Statistics and the Truth. From where, you can coin a word, econometrics. I can say the econometrics started with that book. And later, when the rocket launching takes place, you have to make a study related to the impact point of the jettisoned stages. Then I would like to consult some statistics books. Once again, I looked at C.R. Rao books, and later on I extrapolated to Monte Carlo method and things were carried out. That is how actually the books and the papers and the research papers actually shaped the careers of people like me. And I thank such an opportunity I got in reading books of C.R. Rao. And later on, Venkatraman, director here, introduced me to some of the discussions here. I cherish a lot. Thank you very much.
Honorable former Vice President, Sri Venkaya Naidu Garu, special namaskaram, all elders, special namaskaram on the dais. My grandmother and Bhargavi's mother are sisters, right? That's of the one. Bhargavi is Mrs. C.R. Rao. I grew up with my grandmother, that is my grandmother's sister, and I used to call her Akka. When she got married, this is purely family. When she got married, I was 5 years. I distinctly remember, and he used to go to Calcutta, and my daughter was already stored. He was earning 150 rupees per month. He was offered the job in Guntur College for 300 rupees. He had to meet the financial needs. At that time, Bhargavika has helped him in becoming a teacher and helped the finances of the family. But he continued his research. And Bhargavika was feeling very bad. He has got all the FRCS, all the doctorates from all the universities in the world. But there's no Nobel Prize for statistics. So, unfortunately, she was not alive when he received the Nobel Prize at the age of 1 or 2. And It's a great equivalent to Nobel Prize, not Nobel Prize, one not two. There's no Nobel Prize in his field. So we really regard him as great. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Distinguished people on the dais, off the dais, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm a direct student of Professor C.R. Rao. I was lucky, fortunate to work under his supervision in combinatorics, FTD, and other areas. I learned so many things from him while I was director of Indian Statistical Institute from 95 to 6. And also the first director who was the choice of Professor C.R. for this institute. I'm grateful to him. But above all, his inventions, his work at the age of 25 itself has revealed to the world that he is a genius and he is a legend. I would like to mention that some of the ideas he has mentioned in his paper are being now recapitulated, rethought about other areas called differential geometry, and now they are explained as information geometry, which is being developed further to look at the new areas of research in many of these areas, and it's being used in artificial intelligence and many other areas. And I'm sure that the ideas contained in his papers, which of course he had done it at the age of 25 itself, reveal that he has a vision that he has to work in areas not only which has impact immediately, but in future for the growth and development of statistics. And he is a guru to all of us, and I would like to mention that Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha.
My name is Prakash Rao. I'm a student of Professor C.R. Rao. Some of us are speaking about the humor Professor Rao had. We all know there's Professor C.R. Rao road here. So Professor Rao said, you see, I'm now lying on the road. So this is what he said. So he is a great humor. And so I would like to announce one more thing today. I just completed a book dedicated to Professor Rao. I was associated with him from age 17 as a student of him at Indian Statistical Institute, Calcutta. And he invited me to this institute as Ramanujan Chair Professor in 2012. I'm still associated with this institute. Thank you.
Now I request our director, Dr. Sharma Venkatraman Garu, to felicitate the guest of honor, Professor Vijay Rao Garu, with a shawl and a moment. I request Dr. Yugandhar Garu to join the felicitation. Now I request our director to felicitate the guest of honor, Professor D. Balasubramanian, with a shawl and a memento. Now I request our director, Dr. S.P. Ramangaru, to felicitate M.R. Rao garu. Now I request Dr. Padma, Dr. K.V. Pradipti, Dr. Supriya and Chaitanya to felicitate the guest of honor, Srimati Shailja Kirankaru, with a shawl and a memento. Now I request Director Dr. Sharma Venkatranam Garu to felicitate Dr. Raghuram Garu. I request our Director to felicitate Dr. Swati Prasad Garu. Now I request our Director to felicitate Dr. Sheshagiri Rao Garu. Now I request our Director to felicitate Srimati Archana Garu. Now I request Dr. Yugandha Garu to express words of gratitude.
Vice President Garu, it is late, just 5 minutes. Words of gratitude. Before expressing words of gratitude, I would like to say a few words about Professor C.R. Rao. It is 104th birth anniversary. I would like to mention the great quotation by Albert Einstein when Gandhiji died. Generations to come will some believe that such a one as this walked the earth in flesh and blood. We may try to make a parallel with the life of Professor C.R. Rao and his remarkable achievements in science, especially statistics. Although he is not physically with us, but not forgotten. Statues and busts are silent but powerful storytellers. Already Vice President Garu has already explained. Storytellers of history. By unveiling the bust of legendary statistician Professor C.R. Rao, we are spreading the glory and contribution to statistics and also send a message to posterity. We thank profusely former Vice President Sri Muppavaru Venkaiah Naidu Garu, for consenting to be chief guest for this occasion to unveil the bust of Professor C.R. Rao in spite of his busy schedule, and also sparing his valuable time at Delhi and Hyderabad for discussion regarding the funding of C.R. Rao Institute and establishment of ISI at AP during his tenure as cabinet minister. We would like to thank Vice Chancellor Hyderabad Central University B.J. Rao Garu for gracing this occasion as a guest of honor. And he always participates in our important functions, and we thank him for his cooperation, sir. We thank Professor D. Balasubramanian Garu, Director Research, L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, and Professor M.R. Rao Garu, former Dean, Indian School of Business, for consenting to be the guests of honor and their continuous support and encouragement. My thanks to Srimati Shailaja Kiran Garu, Managing Director Margadarshi, and late Sri Ramoji Rao Garu for their support and cooperation since inception of the institute. My special thanks to Professor Pudili Apparao Garu for facilitating the visit of former Vice President Venkaiah Naidu Garu to the institute. I would like to thank Director C.R. Rao Advanced Institute, Sharma Venkatraman Garu, for his wholehearted support and cooperation. I thank Bejawada Sri Krishna Reddy Garu for his presence. He is a great tennis player, and he is also associated with the Telangana Builders Association for attending the function. I also thank Dr. Seshagiri Rao Garu, eminent scientist from ISRO, for his kind presence. I would like to thank relatives, family members, and well-wishers of Professor C.R. Rao for their valuable presence, especially Dr. Raghuram Garu for sharing his thoughts. He is a famous doctor in Chennai, and Mrs. Surendra and Srimati Jayanti Garu from Dr. Rammohan and family. All the people are extended family of Professor C.R. Rao, and Dr. Mr. Sundar and Mrs. Sundar. I thank students, parents, teachers who have come to receive the prizes of 14th Statistics Olympiad conducted on 26th May 2024. As the idea of Olympiad was conceived by Professor C.R. Rao. I would like to thank faculty members and scientists of C.R. Rao Institute, Dr. Appal Naidu, Dr. Padmavati, Dr. Pradeepti, Dr. Supriya Goyal, Dr. Swami Naidu, Mrs. Neelima, Mr. Harish, Sri Kiran, Dr. Nagender, and other members of the committee, and immensely thank them for extending the cooperation. I would also thank Reddanna Garu, and also thank Dean Panigrahi Garu and Professor Edvira Garu, Prakash Rao Garu for their presence. I would like to thank Finance Officer, Registrar, Administration, Finance and Canteen Departments. I thank Sculptor Rajesh for making the bust of Professor C.R. Rao, and thank James for introducing me to Rajesh. I thank contractor for installing the, for making the pedestal. I will be failing in my duty if I don't mention few words of gratitude about C.R. Rao. He was loved by his students, and for many students, he was the role model. The institute is standing as a testimony for his contribution, and we wholeheartedly we express our gratitude. I will end with a tribute paid to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa by the popular singer Rajkumar Bharati. He was a great grandson of Mahakavi Subramanya Bharati. Dhanyo ho Bharat ki dharti, dhanyo ho Mata Pita. It is also apt in C.R. Rao. Dhanyo ho Bharat ki dharti, Professor C.R. Rao. Dhanyo ho Lakshmi Kantamma, mother of C.R. Rao. Dhanyo ho C.D. Naidu, father of C.R. Rao. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request everyone to join for tea arranged in the lawn outside the auditorium. I also request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
Hindu
now move on to the another exciting part of our program, the prize distribution for the 14th Statistics Olympiad. Congratulations to all the participants and winners. Professor Rao, a renowned statistician and mathematician who served as a former director of the Indian Statistical Institute and as a research professor at the University of Buffalo, proposed the concept of the Statistics Olympiad. Recognized globally, Professor Rao was awarded the International Prize in Statistics, often regarded as the equivalent of the Nobel Prize. The Statistics Olympiad was conceived to foster statistical awareness and to recognize emerging talent, drawing inspiration from the well-known Mathematics Olympiad. In a groundbreaking initiative, CRO AIMSCS launched the first Statistics Olympiad in 2009, marking the beginning of an annual tradition that continues of this day. The primary aim of this prestigious competition is to emphasize the critical role of statistics and to nurture a new generation of statisticians who will contribute to the nation's progress. As the brainchild of Professor C.R. Rao, FRS, the Statistics Olympiad, is organized annually by the C.R. Rao AIMSCS, traditionally conducted in an offline format with descriptive questions. The Olympiad underwent a significant transformation in its 14th edition in 2024. For the first time, the competition was held online, featuring objective type questions and spread over 4 days. This change was met with enthusiastic participation from students across both competition levels. The Olympiad is divided into 2 levels. Level 1 includes students from classes 8, 9 and 10, while Level 2 encompasses participants from 11, 12 and undergraduate programs. We are thrilled to see the high level of enthusiasm and engagement from young statisticians across India and SAARC countries. Now I request Dr. Seshgir Rao Garu to give away the prizes and certificates to the junior top 5 rankers. The first place is awarded to Shanmukhi Chandra from Harvest Public School. The second place is awarded to Boyapati Sri Chaitra from Navabharati Public School, Palvancha. The third place is jointly awarded to Rayana Rushita Chowdhury and Nomula Rushendra Mani, both from Harvest Public School. I request all of you to encourage them. Please come from this way and go from the right side. The fourth place is jointly awarded to Edula Nagasai Krishnatej from Navabharati Public School, Palvancha, and C.H. Sai Mandeep from Sri Chaitanya School, Uppal. The fifth place is jointly awarded to Pratibha Totam from Gurukul the School, Hanmakonda, and Pogaku Agnita Srihasa from Harvest Public School.
I request Dr. Panigrahi Garu to give away the prizes. Here is the merit list of the juniors. I request everyone to come one by one. First, Kota Rishit from Harvest Public School. Harshit from Harvest Public School. Okay. Yashashwini. Panvik Chowdhury from Harvest Public School. Sai Akshita from Harvest Public School. Akshita. Sadhamini Nalamalla from Harvest Public School. Bhuvan from Harvest Public School. Tanish from Montessori Senior Secondary School. Maganti Ved from Harvest Public School. Sai Akshit from Harvest Public School. Dhatrija from Harvest Public School. Sharat Chandra. Himavarshini from Harvest Public School. Likita from Harvest Public School. Srikar Reddy from Harvest Public School. And Ganesh from DG School, Hyderabad. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. S. Venkatraman, Director CRIMSCS, to give away the cash prizes and certificate to the senior top 5 rankers. We have only few amongst us. I'm just calling their names. Second place is bagged by Gudlasai Avnash from Sri Prakash Vidyaniketan, Vizag. First place goes to Soham Vinayak Paite. Third prize is shared between Sri Kiran Reddy Bahadur, Dilshik Nagar Public School, and Tanush from Nalgonda Public School.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. U. Yugandhar, Chief Executive Business Development, to give away the merit certificate to the senior level. We have a fifth place with us. He is Feroz Amin Ghanani from Symbiosis Statistical Institute, Pune. He is Feroz, who have secured fifth place in the Statistics Olympiad senior level. He is from Statistical Symbiosis Institute, which is located in Pune. Arav Anubhav Jain, Tanmay from CRO AMSCS, and Arav from AP Shah, Thane. He is Tanmay from CRO AMSCS. He is Siddharth Sai Reddy from Kandor Shrine Senior Secondary School, Hyderabad. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think what we want to convey is from last year onwards, we have been conducting online, what we call this exam of Statistics Olympiad. It will continue. It was the first time that we initiated how to do this. Okay, it has been done by purely scientific form, by collecting a large amount of question bank from multiple experts, and also what we called an AI algorithm which mixes these questions, what we call different cadre and different ratings. Okay, and then creating multiple question banks out of the same thing. Okay, and using our security procedures, we make sure that question paper opens only at the time of exam. Okay, none of the creators, none of the people who have constructed the question paper, they don't know what the question bank is. Okay, this has been done by 3, what we call, employees of CR Rao. I would like to ask them to stand up. Miss Meenakshi, okay, where is Suresh? Suresh, Sriyansh, and also Uday. Okay, these people have contributed in making the application and the software ready for you people to use it. Okay, this will be continued with more features that we will be adding from this year onwards. Thank you.
Thank you everyone who have attended the program and made it a grand success. Thank you, sir. I request all the students to just stay for 1 more minute. Here are a few announcements for all the prize winners who have taken the check. Just bring it here. Just we have some formalities. I'll just complete. And you need to sign after taking the check. So we'll just complete those formalities before going for lunch. And those who did not register, like you did not sign, when you have come and take the lunch tokens, please come near me and you can complete and go for lunch. And all the prize winners, please come near the stage to have a group photo. Here is a small announcement. Someone's debit card has fallen down. On the debit card there is the name Narsimha Verma C.